Hello, I'm Wendy, a dog trainer here at Leader of the Pack, and welcome to my channel. If you're not already a part of our community, I invite you to subscribe to my channel as I make videos about dog obedience training and dog behavior, as well as DIY treats and toys. And in today's video, I'll be taking you step by step through the very first stages of setting up a mealtime routine with your puppy. And this really is just the first step. From here, you can build on the skill to work on a sit or drop stays while around a high value item, their dinner. We have 3 dogs ourselves, and our routine is for the dogs to all go to their dog beds and wait in a drop stay while we prepare their meals. Then we set their food down in front of them and they wait until we give them the command to eat. This can take anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes depending on the day. But we started with this stage first and then built up to where we are now. There are a number of different benefits to having a strong mealtime routine, which I've covered in a previous video, so I won't cover these again here today, but I will link that video for you if you haven't already seen it, so that you can learn how this activity can change your life and the relationship with your dog. So I filmed this routine with 4 different cavoodle puppies, ranging in age from about 8 to 16 weeks. They were all really adorable and did a really great job. So a special thank you goes out to the owners for allowing me to work with them and to film them in their homes. And of course the wonderful puppies themselves for doing such a great job of being such great demo dogs. Before we get into the steps, I want to clarify a couple of things. Firstly, you will notice that I don't use the sit command during this process. Now that's for a couple of reasons. One is that they are young puppies who don't yet fully understand the sit command. They are still learning this, and I didn't want to also add teaching the sit command in this situation. So if you're trying this at home with an older puppy or dog, then feel free to use the sit command if you have taught this to them. Secondly, I actually wanted the puppies to learn that their behavior had direct consequences and to start teaching them how to use their behavior to earn things in life. This is an important lesson, and I like to use the mealtime routine as a way to get this started. And the sit, honestly, is just not really that important. It's their willingness to offer behavior to get the food, working out what they need to do. In fact, one of the puppies in the video goes into a drop and still earns their dinner. You could teach your dog to drop instead of a sit if you like, or you might even be happy with a calm stand just away from their food. We use sit because it is easier for the puppy to offer, and it's also a clear action that we can then mark and reward. Set aside at least 10 minutes for this mealtime routine and only use a small amount of food in the bowl. This is because we need to practice this activity at least 2 or 3 times in a row at each mealtime to help the puppy to learn how it works. So depending on how eager your dog is for their dinner, either split the food into equal sized portions or save the bulk of the food for the last repetition. If your puppy is not particularly food motivated or their daily food has low value to them, then use smaller amounts of food. Put a small amount of food in your puppy's bowl and stand tall and hold the bowl about stomach height. Ignore any barking, jumping, pacing behavior and wait for your puppy to offer you a sit. As soon as your puppy sits, say your marker word, your yes or good, and then start to slowly lower the food bowl to the ground. Now, if your puppy gets up from the sit, just bring the bowl back up immediately, and once they're sitting again, then you can start to resume lowering the food bowl down. As you get closer to the ground, you don't need to pull the bowl all the way back up when your puppy breaks position. Just bring it up a little bit, not all the way back to standing. Repeat as many times as you need until you can place the food bowl on the ground while your puppy is still in the sit. Immediately give the command for them to eat, stand up and move away so they understand they can get the food. And once your dog has finished the small portion of food, repeat the process all over again with the next portion. Now this next time, encourage your puppy to look at you before you give the command to eat. We want them to focus on you to get things in life. The second time and even the third time you practice this should be faster than the first time, but your puppy is still likely to break out of the sit a few times. And your puppy is also learning what the eat command is, so you may need to show them that they are allowed to eat their dinner. Okay, so this is the first full practice with the puppy Paisley. This is the very first time we did this activity, and this is what it looked like. This process takes practice. Be patient while your puppy is working this out, and then keep challenging them to make them work just a little bit harder each time. It can take several minutes the first few times you practice this, which is completely normal. At the end of the video, I will show you the process in real time so you can see just how long it took the puppy during the first session. It doesn't matter how long it takes or how many repetitions your puppy needs to master this activity. Keep with it, it will work. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you try this technique at home so that you can set a solid foundation for your dog or puppy, beginning with the mealtime routine. So I would love to hear from you if you do try this with your puppy, and I will leave the details of how you can connect with me in the description box below. Okay, so that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. So this is the full unedited run through of the very first time we did the bowl activity with the cavoodle puppy Peggy. She is, I think, 8 or 9 weeks at this point, and I wanted to show you the time that it takes to do this whole process start to finish. Now it's slightly more complicated because we're teaching her to also go on her dog mat and sit as well before getting her bowl. The reason for this is they have a cat. Wanted to make the dinner time routine quite specific for Peggy. Even so, this still takes slightly less than 2 minutes, so I think she did a fantastic job, but I would usually suggest that you teach the place commands separately and to the meal routine, and then you combine them. The puppy knows what each activity really means. And as you can see, she's doing a pretty good job of understanding or starting to understand what this activity is all about. Another thing, she's already giving quite good eye contact, checking in with me to see what I'm asking her to do. So I was really pleased with how well she did this activity.